Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're on part 20 of the Lords of the Fallen 100% walkthrough. Just to give you a recap of what happened in the previous video, we made it to Tower of Penance, and we scaled down that whole tower and got all the items along the way, and then we got down here to where Tancred is, and Tancred is the main boss that we're going to fight next. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I appreciate you watching. So from here at the Vestige Seat, we're just going to head down this pathway right here, and the boss door is going to be right up here. And first thing we're going to do is hire Castigation, and she's going to be right here. Now I'm going to talk about this boss a little bit, just to give you guys a heads up on what he's like. So Tancred, Master of Castigation, deals physical and holy damage and inflicts smite and bleed, and he's weak to wither damage. So obviously we don't have a wither build, but we can use wither salts, which you can see me doing right now. He has a handful of attacks, which are the staff thrust lunge, staff swing combo, shield bash, shield strike, staff strike, charge swing combo, and he does do holy projectiles as well, which you will see him do quite a bit, especially if you get in range of him. He will start launching the holy projectiles at you, but if you're within range of him like this, he's just going to sit there and do his normal moves. See, right here is where he does the holy projectiles. They're just going to slowly come at you like that, and then he's going to do a big AoE, which you're going to want to roll through that, because it does do a lot of damage if you get hit by it. Honestly, this fight has the potential to be pretty hard if you let it. Obviously, if you're using a lighter weapon, sometimes it can be hard to take him out quick. If you're using a heavy sword, then you can stagger him pretty easy, and you end up killing him a lot quicker, in my opinion. So, but yeah, the fight is all about finding the right balance and looking for his patterns so you can dodge and block at the right time. You should wait for his combos to complete and be conservative with your attacks. Phase 2 is a little bit easier in my opinion. His name is now Reinhold the Emerged, and he is weak to bleed. He does fire damage and physical damage, and obviously it's like a monster on all fours that he transformed into. And he's not too terribly hard. He does cast lava spells. But yeah, so most of the time he's just going to be swinging his hands around, and he jumps up and slams down a lot, and he'll go up on his hind legs and then slam down on you. And a lot of these attacks you can just roll away from and roll into to dodge them, and they're not too terribly hard to dodge. You are going to want some fire defense because he does slam down and make a pool of lava like this, and then he will start spewing out lava out of his mouth in a big stream like that. So you're going to want to watch out for these moves because they can do a lot of damage if you get hit by him. And he'll slam down a lot. If you land in lava, obviously it's going to give you burn damage. He does do this grab attack, and it can kill you, so you need to roll into his grabs a lot of the time, or else, like you saw, you can just die pretty easily. So, alright, so before we go in, make sure to use a holy ward, and then maybe keep a fire ward in your equipment just to keep ready for the second phase. Castigation is going to take a lot of the attention off us, so that will help. Unfortunately, the Bucket Lord is going to be coming in, and we screwed up his quest, and he ends up being very hostile towards me and Castigation, so I end up having to kill him. But, yeah, so we're going to get started here, and just try to follow along. I'll try to give tips as well as the fight's going.
You would defile this sacred place with this horror?
With your very own hands.
Monster, does your blasphemy know no bounds?
If only it were that easy. Brother, we have a guest.
Another sinner.
Grab this.
Come on, my brother, it's bucketry after all. What have you done with him, complicitous fiend?
There we go. Oh, that kind of faked me out. How we dodge that. Now it's just me and him. Here we go. No more freaking people messing things up. Watch out for these projectiles. And this beam. Roll through that. How does he frickin' stab that far? Jesus. I have never had such an issue with this guy, dude. Come on, swing. I don't know if we're gonna make this, dude. Come on, dude.
Pain. Not so satisfying when you're on the receiving end.
This is a little brutal.
You will know darkness, brother.
Like I said, so now this is the monster version, and he's going to be on all fours, and he does fire damage, so and physical damage as well. So you're going to want to watch out for that. He's not. I feel like the first phase is harder. So we can go up and do a death blow right on him when he's over on his back like that. So for his basic attacks, you're just going to want to keep rolling through him when he slams his hands down and his head, and he's going to do a lot of these swipes, and then he's going to puke up this lava. You're not going to want to stand in that, or else you will take mass amounts of fire damage. So watch out for this attack too. He'll just fall back. A lot of these attacks are fairly easy to just roll away from and dodge compared to the first phase. So he's not extremely hard. And he's our last heal. See, that was not the best fight, dude. I promise I have never had this much of an issue with this guy. Or with either of them. So once we beat him, we'll get Tancred's key. Yeah. That guy is never that hard, dude. It just made it so much more difficult that the Bucket Lord was in here and he was fighting Kukujin, and then he would start fighting me after she was dead. I did not understand that whatsoever, and it just made it way more difficult. That's why I had to kill the Bucket Lord, and I don't even care if it messed up his quest, dude. I've already done the quest, and so yeah. Difficult boss, man. I didn't think he was that hard. I've literally always used, like on my other playthroughs, I use a greatsword, and you can just destroy him with a greatsword, dude. Specifically the, I can't remember what it's called actually, but Exactor Dunmire sells it. You can do massive damage with greatswords. With these little swords, you're just sitting there doing like chip damage on them, dude. And I felt like it was just taking forever. And I had 1 health by the time I got to the second phase. That was the worst walkthrough. I mean, I did explain some good tips, but not a good representation of how you should fight him. I'll admit that. Sorry about that. I apologize. So, after we get done, we are going to soul play this and get the remembrance. And you do have to stand sort of near it to get it. But after we do that, we're going to open this door with Tancred's key. And we're going to grab the flickering flail. And I'll explain what this weapon does. If you're wanting to do the Illuminator Aubrey quest, which entails going to a bunch of shrines all over the game and basically killing a certain amount of enemies that it tells you to, or farming the same enemy over and over, and you end up getting a Radiance armor set for it, and you get this Flickering Flail. Once you get done and you grab the armor set, this Flickering Flail will have a really, really bad special move that you can do if you upgrade it to plus 10, and it's pretty cool. I do have a video of that will be in the description below, but yeah, so just giving you a heads up on that. So most people don't know about it. It's kind of secret. It's not a quest that has an achievement or a trophy tied to it, so you don't have to do it in the game. So there we go. We got the remembrance and the umbral scourings. We are gonna rest real quick. And we are gonna head up this way. Again, I apologize about that horrible fight, dude. That was just not good at all. I never thought I would have issues with this guy. So this is where you would normally start. So this is where you would normally start the Illuminator Aubrey armor set quest that I was just talking about. Like I said, I have a video in my in the description that'll show exactly how to do this. There's multiple shrines around the game that you can interact with. It'll give you a list of enemies that you need to kill, and then you'll go back to the Mance of the Hollowed Brothers to grab the armor set. So I'm not going to go over it all. You can watch the video if you'd like. We're going to open this door with the key, and we're going to head up to the top. There will be an arrow pointing up on the lever, and we're going to just go up. It's going to stop at the middle floor, and we're going to go up again. Most people get stuck here because they don't know where to go. They don't realize that the elevator can go up twice, so just keep that in mind. So we can open this door now with Tancred's key, and that'll lead us right out to the front of the tower. We're going to go up one more time. And up at the top is going to be a beacon. Now, if you are doing the Radiance ending, this will be one of the beacons that you'll need to cleanse. But we are doing the Umbral ending, like I've mentioned many times, and we are not going to cleanse it. We're going to do nothing. Because if you cleanse these beacons on the Umbral ending, it can screw everything up for you. So we're just going to go up to it. We're going to hit do nothing. I don't know if you need to do that necessarily, but... And then we're going to go down these stairs, and there's going to be a chest right here that we can grab if we go use our lamp to get through it. You get the Radiant Purifier armor set, which is a very badass armor set. I like using the hat on like all my characters because it just looks so freaking cool. I don't know why I like it so much. And then we're going to go back down. Now, after we do that, we are finished with the Tower of Penance, and we're going to head out this way for where we came in, and we're just going to run on through, and we're going to head over to where we planted that seedling before. Oh, there is a lamp right here that we can soul play. Oh my god, they're all coming after me. We're just going to head up this way. We're going to go kill this Pure Blade real quick, so we can get some plucked eyeballs. Oh my god. We gotta take out both of them. There. And we'll grab loot. His loot. You can also farm that guy for some large Duralium shards. There's a few enemies in this game that you can farm those from. So we're going to plant another vestige seed right here. We're going to rest, and then we're going to talk to Stillman. Alright, so after we rest, we're going to head back to the Skyrest so we can progress Exactor Dunmire's quest. Because after beating Tancred, the boss we just fought, we end up getting the Perception Wisp, which is the item that Exactor Dunmire needs. And then once we give that to him, it's going to progress the final moments for his quest, which we're going to end up going over. So once you get up here and talk to him, you're going to want to hand this over to him, just like I said to do. And then you get some dialogue.
Yes, the murk clears ever so slowly. I must descend.
So at this point, if you are buying anything out of a store, you're going to want to do it now, mainly because this is the last spot you are going to be able to buy
You
anything
serve a
in
higher
this store.
purpose, Crusader.
Once he goes to the next area and then the next area, you will not be able to buy anything from either of those locations that he'll be at. So if you are going for all the achievements, maybe farm some vigor and come back and buy all of the weapons and spells and armor that he has in here. But if you're not getting all the achievements, you don't care about it, then it's not really a big deal at all. Just for the people that are getting all the achievements, you're going to want to buy all this stuff. It is kind of a lot to spend, so and if you want to do it in the next playthrough, you can do that as well, because you're not going to be able to do everything in one playthrough. So yeah, just do it when you feel like you're comfortable doing it. There is a couple armor sets that I didn't end up getting, unfortunately, because I ended up not having enough vigor and then exhausting his dialogue, and then by the time you rest, he's gone, and he's gone to the next place where you cannot buy anything from his store anymore. So, like I said, make sure to buy now if you are doing it. I'm going to show you how to do the next steps in his quest. So once you rest and come back into this room, he's no longer going to be here, and he's going to go down to the Sunless Mines. And like I said, that is the last spot you're going to be able to buy anything from him at. So actually, before we do anything, we're going to head up to Malhue here. And I already talked about this in the previous video, but you're going to make sure that you have bought the Umbral Clump from her, which is going to cost 50 Umbral Scourings. We've already bought it, but it will be here in her store for you to buy, and you're going to need to buy it in order to progress the Umbral ending and to be able to get Exactor Dunmire's quest done. So once you've bought that, we are going to head back to the Vestige here. We're going to fast travel. And we are going to fast travel over to the Vestige of the Hooded Antuli in the Sunless Mines. So from here at the Vestige of Hooded Antuli, we're going to head down this way. And you are going to take the first ladder on your right up here. And we're going to follow this pathway down. And then chop that open, come down this pathway. We're just going to ignore the enemies. And then once we get down here to the bottom, Exactor Dunmire is going to be standing here, and we're going to exhaust his dialogue.
The past touches the present here. This darkness seeps into more than my eyes. And yet how can darkness be so illuminating? I must exact the truth of all of it. That is what I must do, who I am. I must throw open the door to my mind and invite it like an honored guest to supper. But no poisoned bread. On my word as a mockingbird. Let us feast. It is close now. It is close. It is close.
So once you've came down here and exhausted his dialogue, make sure you exhaust it fully into where he's saying that, and then we're going to head up these stairs and we're going to head back to the Vestige where we started. So once we get back to the Vestige, we're going to fast travel over to the Vestige of the Lost Berescu in the Depths. And we're going to go over to where we fought Hereward Dervla in that big arena. And I believe I showed the area when we did fight her. And I'm going to show you where we're going to give the Umbral Clump to. So just head down into here and then head up these stairs right here. And if you haven't gotten the Remembrance Stigma right up here, make sure to do that. There is going to be his items right here, which you're going to get his ring and the rosary. And for the ring, I'm pretty sure that it does posture damage after completing a successful block. And as for the rosary is just like a quest item, I guess. There's really no use for it as far as I know. If you know any use for it, please let me know. I have not figured out anything that you can do with it. So we're going to hand over the Umbral Clump that we bought over at Malhue. And make sure you bought in this, and then it's going to bring us into the Mother's Low. There's going to be a little cutscene here. So once we get here, we're going to go up to Exactor Dunmire, and we're going to exhaust his dialogue, and at this point, he's gone kind of crazy, to be honest.
Attend me, surgeon. I seek a hole for my skull. Bring your saws, your borers. Assault my corpse. Glory fills me and surrounds me. One must be one with the other. The masquerade has ended. The veil has fallen, and this absurd tangle of wet meat is undone by her majestic beauty!
So make sure to fully exhaust his dialogue, and then after you do that, we're going to go over to this body that's sitting over here, and we're going to get our first seed pod. Now, the first seed pod that we get is for Damarose, and we're going to end up having to give that to Damarose, and it's going to kill her. But like I said, we're going to do her quest. We're going to exit out of here as well. But we're going to do her quest up until we can't anymore, so we're going to end up getting all the items in her shop. We're not going to be able to get her armor set and weapon and stuff like that. But I will show you the outcome of finishing her quest and her boss fight as well. I'm going to show all the outcomes just so you know what to expect and what you're getting on each moment. So, but yeah, we are going to have to kill her in the Umbral ending, and we're going to have to kill Gerlinda, the blacksmith, as well. So we're going to head back over to the vestige of Hooded and Thule in the Sunless Gain Mines, and we're going to go grab Exactor Dunmire's armor, his weapon, and his catalyst. And, yeah, so as soon as you go exhaust his dialogue in there, his stuff will drop. You're going to go right over here through this little tunnel, and then the items are going to be right here. So you get his armor, his cane, and the Exactor Scripture. And the Exactor Scripture is the best Radiance catalyst in the whole entire game. So if you're using a Radiance build, I would highly suggest using this. Right now it's got a B in Radiance, and it's not even upgraded yet. It does have the highest attack power. Like I said, it's the best one. So I would highly recommend using that. If you have the stones and everything to upgrade it, I would definitely use it, because the one that we're using right now just doesn't even compare to this one. So, and this is his cane, which is another Radiance physical weapon. I've never used it, to be honest, but it looks kind of cool. I'm not sure if it has any special abilities or anything on it, but this is what the full armor set looks like. It's kind of cool. It's not something I would ever wear personally, but yeah, I just wanted to show this to you guys. So after we get our armor back on, we're going to head back over to the Skyrest. And we are going to go down here and pay Kukujin for helping us with Tancred. Even though she didn't do that good of a job. Yeah, it really sucks having to do her quest, dude. You have to pay her so damn much, and it's, yeah, not fun. So the next thing we're going to do is go up to Gerlinda, and we now have the rune tablet. So we're going to get some new dialogue.
With that tablet, Gerlinda will have no further use for me. But in my possession, it will allow me to finally cast off these shackles. All I ask for, traveler, is my freedom.
You shut your mouth! Don't do anything foolish, not when we're both so close to getting what we want. Just think of the power Gerlinda can give you.
Alright, so we have two choices here. We can either give the rune tablet to Gerlinda or Sparky. So if we give it to Gerlinda, she will end up giving you the Crafter's Essence rune, which lowers weapons weight and stats to 0. So you can literally use any weapon you want with 0 stats. You don't have to have any stats for the weapon as long as you have that rune socketed in the weapon, which is so freaking cool. But if we give it to Sparky, you free him from the menaces that Gerlinda put on him, and it gives you the ability to perform runesmithing and upgrading your weapon when you use a vestige. So any vestige, you will be able to upgrade your weapon and socket runes. Also, Gerlinda will be furious and increase her shop prices. And honestly, we have to kill Gerlinda anyways for the Umbral ending. And you do get an achievement for giving it to Sparky. So there's a toss-up here. You can get the Crafter's Essence rune from Gerlinda if you give it to her, and then end up killing her afterwards. Or we can do the right thing and give it to Sparky. You get the achievement for giving it to Sparky, and then you get to be able to upgrade your weapon socket runes at Vestiges. So I think that's what we're going to do, is give it to Sparky. And then in your next playthrough, you can always give it to Gerlinda, or you can give it to her now. It doesn't matter, you know. I feel like the better choice is giving it to Gerlinda as far as rewards go, because having that Crafter's Essence rune is nice. But as far as the right decision, giving it to Sparky is the best way. Like I said, you get an achievement, upgrade weapons and everything at Vestiges, and you free him, and he will not have to deal with Gerlinda anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and give the rune tablet to Sparky.
No!
You have my thanks, traveler. The unending marvels of the infinite are once again mine to explore, and to you I owe my renewed fortune. My knowledge of runes will be in far better hands with you than Gerlinda. So, I offer it to you freely.
Damn you both!
Gerlinda, for your actions against me, I could subject you to punishments even your twisted mind cannot fathom. But I have a life to live, and you will seal your own fate by and by. As for you, traveler, may you fare well.
Get back here, you bastard! You belong to Gerlinda! Fuck! You little shit! Think you can stab Gerlinda in the back, eh? All that work, and he just drops the knowledge into your brain like that. Maybe Gerlinda should crack open that skull and see for herself. But Gerlinda still got most of what she came for. And in the end, business is business. So, Gerlinda's services are still available to you, but for a new special price. If you're not here to spend, fuck off.
So like I said, now her items in her store are going to be a lot more expensive. We are going to upgrade our weapon just a little bit more, and we're going to try to get it to +10. So next thing we're going to do is go up to Malhue in here and upgrade our Umbral lamp, since we have some antediluvian chisels to use. Then after that, we're going to go over to Pieta, and we're going to upgrade our health.
Our holy work continues, Lampbearer.
Fellow sanctified vessel, may Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you.
Alright guys, we're going to wrap things up right there for part 20 of the walkthrough. We managed to get Tancred defeated over in the Tower of Penance, and we finished up Exactor Dunmire's quest, and we went and got our health upgraded, went and upgraded our lamp. We made the turning point decision for Gerlinda and Sparky, and we ended up giving the rune tablet to Sparky, and we freed him, and now we are able to upgrade our weapons at Vestiges and stuff, so it's pretty cool. In the next video, we are going to be going and exploring Abbey of the Hollowed Sisters, and that is going to be the ending area for Stoneman's quest and Thekir's quest. So we're going to end up finishing those, and yeah, so we'll see what else we get into, and I will see you guys on part 21. Thanks for watching.